Provost and Vice Principal, Pro-Vice Chancellor, graduates, graduands, members of the university, honoured guests. During his time at this university, James Eder, who graduated in 2005 with a degree in business commerce, took every advantage of the opportunities for work experience here and abroad, and organised events on campus, honing his skills as an entrepreneur and developing the imagination and insight that have supported his subsequent career. In 2005, when he was 22, he founded the website Student Beans alongside his brother Michael. 10 years later, Student Beans has gone from an idea to a brand recognized globally for its student offers, digital student ID and discounts. Now known as the Beans Group, the business also encompasses HexJam, a leading lifestyle website for 16 to 24s, reaching millions of students every month, and Voxburner, a youth insights consultancy. Student Beans, James has said, is a youth media brand. We produce, he says, entertaining content and provide useful resources to make student life a little more awesome. I think all of us here today know how awesome it is to start with. It's nice to have it made more awesome in the right sense of that word. The startup was hard work, but it's clear from James's accounts of it that it was exciting and involved quite literally opening up doors. The process involved meetings, networking, acquiring support and mentoring from, among other sources, the Prince's Trust, and going round the city on foot, canvassing businesses with the proposition. By the time the website was up and running, 200 companies were on side. So far as mentoring is concerned, he has pointed out, and it's one of the pleasures of these occasions that you hear yourself quoted extensively, as well as finding your CV flashes before you in about 2 minutes, that it's a question of asking the right people the right questions. Sounds like setting exams to me, but still. The company employs a team of over 40 people, continues to recruit and grow with offices in London and Birmingham. The Beans Group, as it is now known, was named Digital Business of the Year 2013 at the National Business Awards. And in 2014, James opened a Birmingham office and launched a mobile app internationally, from Birmingham, the university, to Birmingham, the city, to the world. Most recently, James founded Kentish Cluster. Oh, and there's Kentish Town as well, an initiative to bring local businesses and people together in Kentish Town, as well as Friendly Friday, a movement and not-for-profit organisation to get the world talking by creating collisions. As chief collision creator, James is skilled in bringing groups and individuals together, making the most of networking in live face-to-face events and on the internet, and converting chance encounters in business and outside it into opportunities. Often, he has said, we never even know about opportunities we've missed. I want to change this and get the world talking. He has got the world talking. He's an energetic advocate of thinking outside the box, of alternatives to the perfectly appropriate career paths that seem obvious to a graduate. Drawing on his experience and learning, James is a passionate and frequent international speaker at conferences, schools and universities on subjects including marketing, entrepreneurship, and building a brand. James's career over the last 10 years is an outstanding example of what a student can take away from this university, not only through the curriculum or in personal terms, but in a developed sense of what, with enterprise and imagination, can be given back to society at large within the framework of business. To quote the mantra of one of the writers on management that he's found especially inspiring, David Taylor, imagine if you couldn't fail. Perhaps we should add this to the two mottos that are on the ceiling of this hall, but I warn you not to look up. Just there you are, you're looking up already. Through striving to the heights per ardua ad alta, the university's motto in the decent obscurity of an ancient language, and the city's rather terse one, forward. James is helping both the university and the city and a lot of other places to move forward. Provost and Vice Principal, to you and to the university, I present James Eder as Alumnus of the Year 2015.
Congratulations, James. Very well done.
Provost, Vice Principal, Pro-Vice Chancellors, graduates, graduands, and guests. Thank you for the kind words and to the University of Birmingham for this award. Joining you this morning and being part of this year's ceremonies is a true honor and very significant to me for a number of reasons. Firstly, as it's 10 years ago, almost to the day, that I sat where I was in your shoes, nervous as I might trip along the way to collect my degree in this grand, great hall, but also nervous as to what the future would hold. Life up until this point, for many in the room, is like an escalator, taking you from preschool to school, school to university, and now at the top of one escalator, as your lives diverge, it's important to remember the choice and opportunities of what you do and where you go are almost unlimited as you take your next steps. The second reason why being here is so significant is that in the last 12 months, as you heard, we once again returned to this great city and established our second office in the custard factory. I believe in the room today that there is a huge amount of potential to be realized. It's been quite a journey over the last few years, and I'm not saying the next life stage is easy, but anything is possible. And knowing what I know now, I believe in you, and you should do too. If I take you back briefly to the beginning in 2002, living in Mason Hall on the Vale, studying at the business school, with so much the university has to offer, I got involved with a charitable volunteer organization called ISEC, going on work placements to the Philippines and Colombia. When graduating, I wanted to give back to the organization that had already given me so much, and I ran for a vice president position to run ISEC UK nationally. When I wasn't selected, I was devastated. Earlier in my ISEC experience, a friend bought me a copy of the book, The Naked Leader, with the simple yet powerful questions, imagine if you couldn't fail. Who would you be? Where would you go? And what would you do? In that moment of failure, I began to question what I really wanted to do. I wanted to give something back. I wanted to provide opportunities for other people. And I realized there are other ways that I could do that. Imagine if I could not fail. Despite being just 22, I was inspired to take action. With an idea I'd already created and business plan in hand that has been developed as part of my degree, my brother, Michael, and I agreed to go into business together, and we set up Student Beans. When I was at school, my teacher said in assembly in the mid-90s that our parents' generation really had a job for life. For us students, however, it was a different story, and in our lifetimes, we're likely to do 9 to 12 different jobs, and at the time, over half those jobs did not exist. As I reflect back to when I graduated, this couldn't have been closer to the truth, and even more so now. 10 years ago, in the beginning, it was tough. Every day bringing new challenges, reaching key milestones, bringing web development in-house, hiring our first employee, being rugby tackled not once, but twice, while wearing our big bean, our costume. It was in my own graduation ceremony, in between my own graduation ceremony, that I was going door-to-door selling in local shops and services in Selly Oak and the city centre. Being told a huge number of no's, it was the belief in our idea and passion that in those darkest moments got us through. Despite these challenges, we kept going, and as you heard, 10 years on, we're called the Beans Group. As I stand here, I feel a bit uncomfortable. Uncomfortable that I can't have my brother, co-founder Michael, up here, my dad and mum, other family, friends, clients, partners, the Prince's Trust, mentors, employees, current and past, to be recognized for our great achievements. One of my favorite African proverbs, to be fair, one of the only ones I know, but yet still one of my favorites, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. Graduates, with this in mind, look around the room. Look at your parents and the lecturers behind me, the university staff, your peer group and your soon-to-be alumni network, and think as well those not present in the room. In recognition for everyone who supported you to achieve your successes today, I'd like you to join me in an applause to thank them. Remember to surround yourself with the right people and to create your team who can support you in the hard times and celebrate when things go well. As I bring these few words together before we continue the proceedings and celebrations, There are many things that I've learned along the way, but there are 3 key things that I would like to leave with you. Firstly, take action. Ideas are cheap, but it's those who take action in the world can really make a difference. It's all too easy to blame others around you. Don't be stopped by hearsay and what's not possible, but embrace where you can make a difference and add value. Despite my journey and lessons, it isn't just about setting up a business, as whilst it's great to see that's becoming more common, it's unlikely that many of us will do that. It is, however, about being proactive, and it is about taking responsibility for your contribution in the world. My second point is learning by doing. With degrees in hand, there's a limit only to how much you can learn by studying and preparing, but the real-life learning can now take place building on the foundations that you've established during your great time at university. If you aren't failing, you aren't trying hard enough. A few minutes ago, I shared that I applied for a role with ISEC. It's amazing how things can do full circle, and I'm proud to announce for the first time publicly that in the last month, despite the failure, 10 years on, I've been appointed as a director and trustee of ISEC UK. Thirdly, keep going. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So, what are you waiting for? Life isn't a rehearsal. The time is now, and it's up to us all. Thank you very much, and good luck.